$931.5 is the over-under. Put that in chat so I don't forget it.
What'd you say it was?
Over-under is 931.5 with handicap.
How much?
931.5.
931.5. For your over-under.
And the spread is Rowley minus 35. Oh. 31.5. Okay. Watch out. Yep. It better be. If they made it to the semifinals, they should have made it here for a reason. So, Randy with a 10 pin, Thomas with a 6 pin. They both count 9. They got their different ways. And Randy hits the 6 pin.
What's the other match? Looks like Team Gold against Team... I don't know that.
That is 2 White Oak teams.
Oh, okay.
Forgetting the other name.
The Eddie Darling's team?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what the team name is.
Tell you, my team lost. Oh, Mauer.
Team Mauer? Okay.
Yeah, we lost to both of them.
Yeah, yep, definitely Mauer.
Well, that's 2 White Oak teams on 1560. All right, here's Mike Sisk, guy who's been on fire, and that's why off the side for 8. Another spare break. Chris Hook. He's like, I could do that too.
I think the fans out there heard that one.
They heard that one in the Philippines. I'm aware. He cleaned my clock. I bet. Oof. Pick for Mike Sisk.
I thought Evan Stevens at 114 was good.
Chris Hook hanging on. And 10 for Mike. I would imagine, too, in this game, you just won't see many dropped pins either. Like, anything less than an 8 box is going to be hard to come by. Unless it's, like, middle rip pick.
Oh, my.
Speaking of middle rip.
The big rip?
Yeah, the big middle rip that he needs to pick for 10. And here is the proprietor. His name is on the wall behind us. Oh. No conversion for Johnny. He did slide the 2-2 in the quarterfinal match.
I saw that.
It was close to perfect. He takes 9. Get there. And cuts. Rowley with the mark. So the spot is 21 pins to Rowley. They take a 1-pin lead on scratch, and they have a hit. It's a good opening frame. Spare fill for Thomas. Ew. He knows where he's at. Might take that head pin. Yeah.
I would have liked taking it.
It's halfway down. Leaves that 1-6-9 combo. Randy high and tight gets that 3 to go. He had a very similar hit to that in the quarterfinal. That high and tight kicking the 3-pin out to leave the 7.
This house does that a lot. Oh, we lost one. Need a medic for that pin.
Just run down there and set it back up. I can't do that here. They don't have pin spots on the decks.
Oh, that's awkward. Ball for Randy.
We just trust that they come down to the right spot. And they do. Can actually hear the respot in progress.
Do I slam ad break? Nope. Don't slam ad break. So that red light come on when I slam an ad break.
To keep the pacing even, Chris is going to let Thomas finish out. Shooting that 1-6-9. Actually, this is for his spare shot, right?
Yes.
Takes a 6-9. Leaves it down. That probably would have had it. 27 for Thomas. Here's the spare fill for the vaporizer.
Ball faded away. Didn't get the push.
If I remember correctly, Chris throws more on the medium to light side of weight, like 3.8, 3.9. Yet it's a 3.8. Sometimes it hits like it weighs 20 pounds.
It's like a 13. Good ball.
Just a 5-pin for Mike Sisk. He hasn't missed many of them, and missed that one. 1-1 for Chris, 28 through 2. If you're Thomas or Steve, you don't want to see Mike run out of gas this game. It's been good to you all weekend. You need another 2 games out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he can suck it up for the rest of Summer League if he wants.
Harsh. Team tournament.
Once you get your money out of the guy, then, whatever happens, happens, unless you bowl Summer League with him. Here's Johnny Canada.
That's good.
Leaves the 5. Steve re-racking, so it'll be Johnny quickly firing. All open. All right, Steve Rowley on the fill.
Pretty ball.
Flat on the finish, leaves the 5-9, 18 in the first.
You can have a flat finish. Try to have a flat finish away than going in.
Yeah. Oh, that one ran on him. That ball, the way that ran left, is exactly the issues I was having at White Oak yesterday, and it was part self-inflicted because I wasn't lifting the ball as much as I should have been, but the ball change to plastic actually helped control the hook.
I was bowling a Walkersville, and you had to get the ball down, and you had to keep the ball in, or else it was going to run right on you all day.
Like just slide right.
Yeah, it was going to slide right on you all day. That ball was never going to go to lanes. So when I came here, I got the ball down. The ball went right for that 4-pin.
Well, my experience with White Oak was the polar opposite. If you needed to throw something to the right, you had to really get it to the right, or you had to really flatten your hand out. If you were throwing a cross lane to the right, you put any kind of spin on it, it was going to dive on you.
Oh no!
Hello, Randy Farlow in the corner. Don't see that too often. Thomas at the 4-pinner, too full.
Right idea. You want to hit that a little full.
Right. Oh, no.
He knew what he was doing.
Randy Farlow, you hacked.
That had to get picked up on camera.
At least that's all he said. Randy. Randy, how do you feel about a 7-pinner on television? He says he's doo-doo. Oh, well, speaking of doo-doo, that was a bit of a doo-doo poo-poo ball. And it struck. That's what you'll hear some bowlers that say, you poo it in there. Sometimes that works.
Ball.
There was no poo.
There was no poo on that ball.
And it's great because you accidentally gave Chris's strike to Mike.
I was prepped.
Absolutely buried it. Yeah. That was the anti-poo right there. That was a bidet.
Get a rule book.
Yeah, I forgot it was even a rule book ball.
That ball was so not poo. We didn't even remember.
We were talking about Chris's poo ball, and then you did the opposite of the poo ball. All right, now Steve Rowley, I don't know if they heard this at home, but Steve Rowley is dedicating this ball to the broadcaster. So hopefully it's a good one. As Johnny,
If this ball goes through the 6-pin, I'm going to be angry.
Yeah, now hopefully this ball is thrown so well in the pocket, the ball goes right through the back of the building. Let's see, this one's for us.
That was good.
Yeah! While we're away on replay, Johnny spares a little pooey pitch for Rowley. Hey, he's like, are you not entertained, folks? Look at me in my purple shorts. Or are they pink? It's purple, right?
It's like a faded magenta.
Yeah. It's a magenta Crayola marker that your 4-year-old cousin,
Crayola, yeah.
left uncapped for a couple hours.
Yep, that's good. Yeah.
We have a runner? This might be a runner.
He's trying to tie it, see if he's good at it. You get that one? No, that's as good as you're going to get it. Yeah.
It reaches.
Randy. Perfect, Randy.
Mirror image 2-pinners. It's a 3-6 for Randy, 2-4 for Thomas.
Looks good. Oh.
Spoke too soon.
Yep, dove in.
I've had multiple customers comment nicely on your sign.
They like it?
Yes. Explain.
Randy, they might have just heard that at home. Randy's saying he had 8 more pins than he should have had for his count. 2 chances to double here with Mike Sisk and Chris Hook.
Squeeze one more out of that?
Nope. Baby split for Mike. Oh, that's interesting. So they're saying that on Mike Sisk's first ball, he broke a pin.
Hard pitch.
6-pinner for Chris Hook.
Nice shot. We're going to replay to that. I love me some good 6-pinner action.
A clean one. On the correct side.
I can hit that either way.
You run a little more. Okay. As I said earlier, I always say about where you should and shouldn't shoot shots, but I'm also the guy that's typically sitting here on a Sunday not bowling. That being said, I think if it's a 5-pinner without the 8-pin, yes, you could shoot it on either side. I think if you add the 8-pin, it's harder to carry the 8 shooting the whole side, so you're supposed to shoot the pin side.
I'm just going to say you're usually sitting here on Sundays.
That's right, so what do I know? I'm a 10-pin bowler anyway.
Well, look at the dub.
Nope.
About 2 pins. Yeah.
Almost. You know, Andrew Buckingham did have two count make-its on this pair in the first round.
My team had two 9-pinners.
On counts? Like one count make it?
I mean, Steve went 1-3 on 2 doubles.
Oh.
I don't know what else to say.
Well, Brandon Cook's 2 strikes he had in that game on TV, he had counts of 2 on 5 out, 2 on 4 out.
I mean, that's Brandon Cook, though.
Well, bit of a loose cannon at times.
Also, because it hasn't been said on stream yet, I'm going to have to put it out now. My second bowler, Steve Hoover, had 79 flat game.
Oh, Edgemere.
Say the line, Nick. Say the line, Nick.
Duck Pins Forever thanks you for letting it spin. We give you the whole seat, but you only need the edge mirror.
It's awful. Bad. I'm sorry.
No, they appreciate it.
I mean, it was quick, but it was appreciated. And I had it started at the beginning of the belt, gone all the way down the belt, and then gone cliff. I would have really loved it. Randy slicing the 5-pin down. Where do we sit right here? We're 26-pin lead for Team Rowley, but they are down a hit.
Yeah, so they've basically stayed about even scratch.
correct. They're slightly ahead.
Pretty pitch.
Looking for a
That's
break.
unfortunate. That was
That's
a very good ball.
Actually, a very crap break. It looked like that messenger could have taken out either of the two pins. It takes neither of them. Chris Hook on 2 marks in a row, filling a spare here. Oh, wow.
Anytime that pin's spinning and goes in between them.
Way to thread the needle. And I've taken a couple bowlers down there. You show them the pin chart. There's more room down there than people give them credit for. They're a lot farther apart than they look. Yes, a pin turned completely sideways, fitting just right to go between 2 pins.
Listen, I'll believe anything after I watch Kathy Abid throw a ball between the 1-9.
Oh.
Pins didn't even slide. The ball went clean between the 1-9.
She hooks the ball, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you do that. Rowley, gotta go. Off the side for 8.
Yeah, I think he'll take it.
It's a fair result there. Here's Johnny Wilson. Coming off a 2 on 10 out. He also pitches out. 1-2 for Steve, 1-3-9 for Johnny. 1-2. The proprietor push for Steve Rowley.
That's good sideboard.
Doing a side rubber check. It passed the test. Johnny makes his clean. So we got 2 hits to 2 and an 18 pin lead for Steve Rowley. Team Rowley, not Steve Rowley. That does mean Team Hook is up scratch now.
It's okay. You trust sideboards here.
You call it the proprietor's push, right? Whoa, hello.
You.
Light hit for Randy and doesn't get any good mix. And actually, the mix he did get got worse. 7-10. Thomas Harvey for the double.
Heavy.
High and tight. I think he's okay with that messenger not kicking the 3 pin out. So it would have been the 4-6, which is even harder to make than 3-4-6. Do it, Randy. Oh, man.
Tried to kick that corner.
So you'll notice at Parkville, and it's not one of those things you notice until you do. You see a lot of pins bouncing off the cushions or off the sideboards here. You do not see a lot of pins bouncing out of the pit. They do have relatively deep pits here at Parkville compared to the average, so you don't see a lot of bounce outs, but you do see a lot of fly outs off sideboards, cushions, stuff like that.
Should save that one for next week.
Huh?
Should have saved that one for next week when we're here.
Why?
Going commentary.
How do you know I'm gonna be doing commentary? Jerk.
You only make cuts up north. I only make cuts down south.
That is true. Mixing them.
It's a good mix.
4 pin for Chris. Inverted 2-pinner for Mike, and this is dangerous the way his ball breaks left to right. It's a dangerous 2-pinner to shoot.
I'm not gonna say anything about it because I had like 8 picks yesterday.
But his ball, he throws a left to right backup ball, so this can be a little treacherous. And he got it. I think if you're Mike there, you almost have to shoot the 5-pin and let it break off the 5-pin to the right.
Here, that's a fair thing to do, I think. Heavy.
High and tight. The 2-1 for Johnny Wilson. He was on a spare there. He gives him 65 at the half. Phil coming up here for Rowley. We're still even hits at the moment. He liked that one.
Come on.
Another flat finish. He might be getting the ball down into the lane a little too soon.
Oh.
He was hoping it was going to get there, and it never did.
He leaked that one pretty bad.
Yep. Johnny 7 on, 10 out. Steve Rowley 8 on and 9 out. So, to show you something here, the top bowlers went 8 on, 10 out, and 9 on, 9 out. That's a wash. The second bowlers were both on opens. They spared. That's a wash. Johnny goes 7 on, 10 out. Steve goes 8 on, 9 out. That's a wash. So that whole frame was a waste of time. Nothing's changed. Both teams have 1 hit, and the lead is the same. It's 28 pins. 18 pins, sorry.
Yeah, we're still about even scratch, so
Yeah.
Team Hook still has to make back up.
But that whole frame bowler to bowler ended up being a perfect wash. What do you mean, uh-oh? He's at Parkville. Except that it's not a favorable 2-pinner. 1-8 for Randy, solid 5 for Thomas. Thomas had some single pin issues last time he was on camera. Not that time. One 8 wall.
Oh, try both of them.
Goes 2 walls and doesn't get it. All right. Like Sisk. Doing a little test slide. He's working on a spare here. Tough game for him so far. It's 68 plus in the 6th. Nope, I think they're okay with 7.
Yeah, that ball didn't dive in.
Nope. Seventh frame for Chris. Light. Watch out.
Ooh.
4, 5, 10.
It's a good count for where the ball was, but you'd rather have something you can shoot at.
All 3.
That looks good.
Too good. He threw it too good. Picks the 6 out. Open frame for Mike.
Man, ball at 9 games of August was really messed up my senses of where balls are going.
Randy keep calling for the wall banger there. Didn't quite catch the 5. That's another question for debate. Do you shoot the 4 or the 5 on this shot?
So when I made it, I shot the 5.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say. I usually just shoot the hole.
Drop pins there for Chris, just a 7 box. 100 in the 7th is bowler opposite Mike's 84. It's a 20-pin lead at the moment for Team Rowley, and they're up a hit.
So my logic on that shot is you hit the 5-pin and you hit it light, but with a really hard ball, and it flies off the right side. If you get the front side of the 10, it can come back forward.
You've got to have good sideboards to go for it either way. There are some houses that try to make that basically a death wish. Like, you're just not going to do it.
Ooh,
Johnny.
ooh.
I've seen an exhibition in poo balls this game.
Randy understanding what he needed to say with that, getting the mixed out of it.
And the tubes are out of cycle.
Do I ad break?
Yes.
Ad break.
Because odds are they're not going to get this respot right on the first try because the tubes are going to be out of cycle. Or they might have gotten lucky. Based on that sound, they might have gotten lucky.
It's 30 seconds,
They
and it's
did.
only like 5 if you have to hit the stop ad.
Unless,
Skip ad.
could it give them a 15-second unskippable ad? Or are they all skippable?
They're all skippable. It's rare you get the unskippable. One thing I might try doing is setting it to auto ads, because with auto ads you actually get a notification that says that you're gonna have an ad if you don't skip, and you can hit skip the ad.
Yeah, because that would be bad if it was like 10th frame of a final match and it's like, hey, ball's going down the lane. Now listen to this from Twisted Tea.
Yeah. So I might switch to that now that I know it gives me a notification that it's gonna run an ad. And we can still hit the do ad now.
Yeah.
And that just refreshes the timer.
All right, where does our score stand? We're at 19 pins. So Team Rowley's gained 1 pin in the last 3 frames. 19 pins, even hits, 3 to go. It's anybody's game. You're welcome. Harvey
Oh, that's good.
leaves the 6 pin.
Place it up with 5 in, 5 out.
A little bit more fingers on it. Less elbow, more fingers. Randy Farlow. 5 off the wall.
I like watching that pin dive bomb into it.
Yeah, that's a top rope assault there from the messenger. Get it. Thomas with the spare.
It's 2 in a row for Thomas.
Yep. Both leadoffs imploring the rest of their team to go down the line, knowing this can be an important frame one way or the other.
Oh, they've all been important, but they all keep matching.
Right. They all keep matching, so it's who's going to break through here. Chris Hook. Good break. Leaves a 5. Mike Sisk. Open last frame. Marked on 19 the last time. And he carries.
Oh, nice. That was a perfect carry.
They got to check that sweep punch, Steve. Whee!
That pin's going for a ride.
Yeah, so can we
Do I ad break?
no, I want to insert a Sherman instructional here. If the sweep never starts, the cycle doesn't know to stop. The sweep coming back to the starting position is what cuts the cycle relay. So right now, once the Deadwood cycle started, the pin table just is told to run, but will be continued to be told to run until the sweep does something. So this will do this over and over and over and over again until they shut it off.
While we're on to mechanic stuff, I know we were here a few weeks ago talking about the foul lines, about how a lot of houses don't have them on because
Correct.
of how the way the rules are set up in the rule book for sanctioning. Correct.
Yes, and it's also a hardware and tech issue.
So I was thinking about that, and I'm like, I didn't think it would be hard for us to make up our own like homemade system.
So it wouldn't be. Probably not.
I'm talking like $50, $60 a light for a system.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can. I know the parts wouldn't be that expensive. I could probably jerry rig up a circuit. The only thing you need to do is you probably have to get somebody to 3D print out a container to put at the end of the lane.
Container at the end of the lane?
So here, on this end. Yeah.
Oh, well, you already have existing foul light covers.
You do if that's what you want to use. It's just a matter of the thing is, like, you're going to put an actual like a circuit board there. You might want a housing for that. So even if you have the outside housing, you're still going to want a 3D print to stick everything in.
Yeah.
Skate number 34.
Oh, no.
What happened to the 7 pin? Oh,
You
we only
never
had a
had
single.
one.
Oh, okay, that's right. All right, I'm alive. So yeah, food for thought. I can show you a design, and it's just a matter of figuring out some of the programming kinks.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be too hard.
All right, here is Steve Rowley working on an open. High and tight.
Oh, more poo balls for everybody.
The proprietor's push off the left sideboard. Watch the pins gather on the left sideboard and come on a search and destroy mission, carrying the 3-6-8. Strike for Rowley in the 8th. That's a team
double.
Ooh,
So close.
almost a 7-9 for a split second, then almost carried for a double. Team Rowley with the team frame in the 8th. Johnny with a big chance for a double there has a chance for a 20 box still.
So I can hear him tap on the clutch.
It was probably dirty.
But can you use a laser at the foul line, or do you have to use a light? That was the only thing I
No,
didn't
you
know.
can use the laser.
Okay.
So the other thing is you have to program in, those circuit boards are built with a 0.2 of a second time delay to allow a ball to roll across the foul line.
You can set a delay.
So it's once the foot is on the line for more than 2/10.
Oh my!
That's a big ball in the match. Down a hit. Team Hook is down a hit, and Randy Philo has just caught an 8th and 9th double. Headed into this frame, they were down 18 pins and a hit. That changes everything. And a 7-8 on the fill for Thomas Harvey, likely an open. That's a big momentum swing there in the leadoff position.
Randy has been one of the best bowlers in this tournament. I think he averaged well over 50.
Yeah, I mean that's why they just put the guy in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, true.
That's for the men's pro tour. Going for it. Ooh. All right, see if Chris Hook can back up his leadoff. And he can. 5 off the wall for Chris Hook. That was a rule book ball for Chris. And 9 out for Thomas Harvey. He gets to 131 in the 9th. This is a big chance here for Mike and Steve, though. They can catch a strike of their own and answer back with a double to cover Randy's double. This is definitely not our highest scoring match. It's probably our lowest scoring match so far, but this is probably the closest.
It could explode real quick here with a strike from these next two bowlers. Oh, that's got a shot. Ah, too heavy.
Pushing through. That ball just did the ugly in between of not sliding and not catching.
Had it just barely caught, it would have been really tight and would have gone very nicely, I think.
Eight count on the strike. Mike at 102 through 8. It's going to be trailing his bowler through 9.
All right. Team Hook has made their move finally in this game.
Yep.
We've been separated by about 20, 25 pins nearly the entire way.
Yeah, and now it's 23 pins with Team Hook up 3 marks. It's getting spicier.
Yes.
You'll hear quite the reaction from the Team Hook crowd over there if Johnny drops it in here for a 20 box.
Oh, no.
That's about worst case scenario, pushing through. 5 count. Steve can cover Randy's double with a strike here. Lloyd, he's okay with 7. It's a makeable 7, albeit not an easy one.
That ball slid a bit, and he needed it to.
So only 1 on the second ball for Johnny. Doesn't lose any count. Steve?
No way.
No way. Wood ball for Johnny. Collects 9 outs. 119 Team Hook at 381.
I did it again.
Well, we'll see here in a second. You know what they could do here, because they have a sweep button in the back. You can press, if it's a micro switch problem, you can press a sweep button in the back in time with the pin table if he timed it just right. Anyway, Steve Rowley. Wood ball covers barely the 5.
Just the tip.
I knew he had.
Just the tip.
All right, so what does that put our score at? It's Team Rowley 409, Team Hook 381. 28 pin lead for Team Rowley, but Team Hook is up 3 hits, and they are all strikes.
It's basically even.
You want to call it an even game? We'll call it an even
about
game.
an even game.
All right, it's every ball important here for every bowler. Thomas off the side, bread line.
All right, Randy throws another one here. This house is about to explode.
Yep, and that would put Team Hook in the lead outright.
Yes.
This is a huge ball. It's got to be big count if nothing else.
Oh,
He's got them all.
That might have been the best of the bunch.
That might have been the best of the 3, no doubt. Near perfect. Oh, no way. They didn't see that away on replay. Thomas hit the 1-3 perfectly on the bread line. The ball wrapped around the 10 as well as the 3-pin or the 6-pin. Thomas will go open in the 10th. That one hurt. That's just bad luck. Randy can really tighten the screws with another one here. And he's got it. Randy Farlow, everybody. It's just Hall of Fame perfect right there.
Oh, good game.
Carbon copy of the last one.
Good game for Thomas Harvey at 141.
Yep. Randy with 89 through 7 has a chance to put up 89 or 90 through 3 frames. Big count ball here. For the 90. All right, he finishes with 86 in the back 3 frames to shoot 175. Changes the game completely. Team Hook now up 18 pins and a hit. Wow.
All right.
4-7 for Mike Sisk.
Team Rowley, they need to mark out.
To say the least, he has to make this.
Can't go open.
They actually do need Chris to go up. Probably. Any kind of mark, and this is game over. Watch out. It won't be an easy one. He's got the 110. In the meantime, this is a must convert for Mike. Oh!
I'm replaying that.
Off the cushion. Chris Hook picks the head pin. He's open. So, not quite dead yet. Chris, 9 count. I mean, this is still Steve Rowley in double territory. And Johnny on an open. For any chance Steve needs a double and needs help. So, final ball from Mike here. I think he needs to have at least 8. How about all of 10? So he finishes with 132, makes it a 17-pin match. So if Johnny were to open, Steve Rowley could double and high count to win the game. Any mark from Johnny Wilson shuts him out. 7-pin for Johnny Wilson. This ball from Steve Rowley must be a strike. Does he have it? Oh, 10-pin. Doesn't have it. And that is it. Can't throw it much better on the circumstances. Either of them. For either of them. Johnny hits the 7-pin. It's academic at this point. Just YouTube search that.
Wow. I know.
Johnny Wilson pitching out for 8 on the fill, finishes with 137. That was a very exciting conclusion there. Final score 474 to 448. The final score doesn't do it justice how close that game was.
That game, they were 20 pins away all the way through the 8th frame.
Yeah, from the start of the game all the way through the end. The tipping point was in the 9th. Randy Farlow catches a double. Chris strikes behind it. And then Randy throws 2 more in the 10th. 4-bagger, 6 count out for 175.
All right, I'm going to put us to ad break, take off my mic, and we'll be right back, Coach.